Take you now to the site of that fire where ENCA's Lindo Kuhle-Kulu is standing by. Lindo, the latest information we have is that that fire is under control. What is the latest from your side?
Well, we understand that the fire is under control, and the word here is that there are no injuries at this stage. But let's speak to Sis Nana Ratiabe from the Emergency Management Services here in Johannesburg. Sis Nana, first and foremost, just tell us what had happened here, confirm to us what happened in this building.
When we arrived, there were blazes on the roof. We then established that where the fire is, and then when we went and checked and started firefighting, we then got to see that it's the air conditioning system, and we had managed to contain the fire within 40 minutes and ventilated the whole area. So now the area is safe, and fortunately when we arrived, everyone had been able to be evacuated. So we have no reports of injuries or fatalities.
One of the concerns here is, of course, the lack of fire engines around Johannesburg. And in fact, 3 minutes walk, you can reach another fire station right here in Randburg. But how long did it take, according to your understanding, for these fire engines to be here? Because the corporate, one of the managers here is saying that it took about 8 minutes, and it's a 3 minutes walk. But how long did it take for a response?
Yeah, it took about 8 to 10 minutes for the vehicle to arrive. We do know that there is no vehicle at the Randburg fire station because it had been broken down, and we have said in the past that we've had problems with our vehicles, but we have as well replaced some of them. We have the skid units that were just bought in the past month, and which are first responded to fire incidents, to size up and also to contain the fire.
So just as a confirmation, it took about 8 to 10 minutes because there were no fire trucks in the nearest fire station?
In the nearest fire station, that is correct.
All right, and speak to us about the number of injuries, what we know about that.
Fortunately, when we got here, everyone had been able to be evacuated, which helped a lot. The evacuation system was quite good, so we had no reports of injuries or fatalities. There were some people that were complaining about their chest, but nothing serious. No one was taken to hospital.
All right, Sister Nana, let's leave it there for now. Marcel Nana Ratebe from the Emergency Management Services here in Johannesburg, saying something quite concerning, the fact that it took about 8 to 10 minutes for them to respond, and there is actually a 3 minutes walk to get to the nearest fire station here in Randburg. But what they are saying is that there were no fire engines, and one of the things that she is saying, of course, is that there were no injuries that have been reported so far. But one of the things that I've seen, in fact, while I was waiting for her to arrive here to speak to us, we have seen some security personnel that was being taken out, coughing, and her shoes were off. One of the ladies that is part of the security here. So quite concerning that it took that long. But for now, one of the positive things we can take from this is that there are no injuries or serious injuries as far as the Emergency Management Services is concerned. But given another day, and given the fact that it took them longer than it was supposed to get to this particular facility, leaves a lot of room for concern.
And concern indeed, and an element of emergency services in Johannesburg that we've been covering for some time now, Lindo. Now, on social media, obviously, Multichoice employs a large number of people, and on social media, it was awash with videos and photos from staff showing how they had come together at those specific points where they're supposed to get together when there is a fire drill of some kind. From what you've been able to see, what state of mind are the staff members in there? Are they going back to work, or have they decided to call it a day?
Well, I believe that they've decided to call it a day, and this is concerning. What is more concerning, Marcel, is the fact that one of the leaders, or one of the management team in this particular facility, in this particular company, told ENCA that one of the reasons why this fire was caused was because there was maintenance being done in this particular building, and I believe that some of those employees have been given courtesy to get medical attention. As I said, one of the ladies from the security here at Multichoice wearing the uniform, in fact, that is written Multichoice here, was being taken out here. And if you speak about the state of mind, we cannot really get a sense of what that was, but I can tell you she was coughing and she was being helped by one of the ladies, and I was able to take a photo of that. Really, there is some disturbing scenes coming from here, but what Multichoice as well as emergency management services have said is that at least they've been able to account for everyone, and that no injuries or injuries that might cause harm to some of these people have been reported thus far. They're saying it's just minor injuries, and some of the people complaining about the inhalation of these fumes that we've seen coming from these buildings.
Thanks so much for that update. ENCA's Linda Kuhle-Kulu reporting live for us there outside the Multichoice building in Randburg, very fancy building that just went up a few years ago. And we're told, according to a representative there, that the incident occurred while waterproofing repairs were being conducted on the roof. We'll keep